Hey guys, it's FallenDice, and welcome to episode 39 of FallenDice Plays Better Than Buildcraft. And we finally did it. We are actually going to construct our second building. Figured it would be something cool to have going on while we're continuing our work on the Midas Touch mob farm down there. So you can see we've already got the encasing the yellow construction grid, as you might call it. And I rerouted where all my stuff was going instead of coming straight down. I went ahead and just did the work right at the beginning so that all three of these next legs I can get from the center. So it'll be a whole lot more simple. And I won't be dealing with the center until probably I've completed the mob tower going up, so I can use that and it won't affect anything. So you can see we've got the items already shooting down over there, and they'll be heading straight down to meet up with our builder. I've just kind of been up here continuing to feed the beast, so to say. So basically fill my inventory up with more nether brick, and then we come down here to the chest, which is feeding down there, and then it basically just sucks everything out of it. And I think once this chest here is done, I don't know how many I need, but that's 2 full chests so far. So I'll do these 2, maybe one more, and then actually no, I'm gonna finish here just because I can always come back up later and do this. But for the sake of the video, we'll go ahead and race down our track now, and I'll head over and show you what's going on down there. Well, we had a small problem here. It's definitely building, but I had forgotten to turn on power. So I got over here and I had a just pile of bricks on the ground. It was building, after I of course turned it back on. But because all of the bricks had been coming down here without it being powered, they just so I brought one of my chests over here, and right now it's filling up. Once how much room do I have left? I'm almost full up here too. I think it should, yeah. Wow, that's a lot of bricks. Alright, as we get closer, at this point I think I can probably use both now. Should be able to keep up with the amount of bricks coming in, I hope. I don't want to lose bricks, they're expensive. But, yes, so as you can see, we are now building, and it looks like I ran out of stone bricks. So for the moment it's just going to keep building up the side. So how many more stone bricks do I need? 541. Alright, well, this is going to take some babysitting, but at least I can do... Oh crap, is this thing full now? It is. Ay ay ay. Alright, I'm going to let this thing go until it runs out of nether brick, or comes close to. And then once everything's emptied, I'll start, manually put these over into here. Alright, yeah, so let me clean my mess up here. And then I'll come back and we'll start moving on with the actual mob trap down there. Alright, so crisis averted for the moment. I got a full chest over there, and that thing's full, and then my inventory is now empty. I'll probably go back and throw some more in there, and I have a bunch of stone brick over here to just manually put in. So we're going to get on to the next part. And kind of like this, I did, some setup work, ahead of time before this so that I wouldn't have to do a lot of this stuff on camera. That right there, that block right here at the top is 25 above the hoppers directly below it. So that is going to be the spot where they need to drop from to die. So the block above there will end up having the ivy, and those blocks right there will have the buttons, signs, whatever it is we decide to use to break their fall. So, and I also changed the width up here to kind of match up so we got a better look of how this is all going to fit in. So what we're going to do now is I'll go down and take our glass wall and bring it all the way up to here. So basically, this all needs to go away to make it possible. And let me get all this cleared up. I'm going to do it on all four of these, and then I will be right back. Alright, and we're back. And I suppose I should make me a nice little stairway to get up there. Of course, I have only one thing to make it out of. And there we go. Whoa. Don't need to be falling down any holes. And of course, pick up all my lovely cobble. So as you can see, we have all four of our areas taken care of, and I'm really not super worried about cobble, but I probably should go pick it up anyway. So let me grab this real fast. I'll be right back. Alright, so we got the most of it. There's a couple little pieces down there, but I'm not jumping down and building bridges up everywhere. So we're just going to start at this one, because this is the one that's over by my current project over there, so I'd like to get this hole filled in. So basically all I'm going to be doing is your typical running, pointing down and dropping a lot of glass, which I'm of course not going to make you watch me do this entire thing. But yeah, so we'll do this until I get all the way up to the surface. My goal for right now, I just want to get this to the surface on all four of these. Once I get to that point, then we'll start working up top. So I'll do this, and then I'll be right back. All right, well, it's making some pretty good headway over here. Added a little bit more of the stone bricks in there to finish the base. Got all the nether brick done. I still need fence posts for the windows. But we're definitely moving right along. Also, hopefully I have enough. I don't know how much obsidian I need. No, there's no way I have enough to... I'm going to have to make a few trips back. That's definitely the one thing I don't have enough over here, so I'll use up as much as I have, and then we'll have to go over and get some more. And I still need to get fence posts, so... But fence posts, I got up there. So, anyway, glass is up to the surface level now. And yes, if you're wondering, at this point I do have myself on peaceful just because there's too much fragileness. At this point I want this to be a nice looking build, and I really don't want to have any major ghast accidents. So once I can get my glass wall surrounding me up, then I'll be a little more cool about, you know, turning the mob stuff back on. But for now, yeah, we're just gonna leave it like this. I've also run up my sandstone up the middle, and I'm definitely thinking about how I'm going to do my elevator. And I'm probably going to have to put the... I'll have to figure out, I got to remind myself exactly what the maximum distance I can drop it is. And have to mount it way up there to get me down to the bottom, because I really only wanted to come up to maybe this area and have a stop. I might look to see if there's a way to maybe make two stops, so I can come up to this one, or just take it all the way up to kind of look at the mob spawning pads and then come back down. We'll see. I'll have to do some creative world work. But my next thing, now that we're up to this point, is to go ahead and we'll take her up to there. And at this point, then I've got to figure out what I'm going to do aesthetic-wise at that height. Because I don't remember if ivy grows on glass. If it does, then I can do that, but then I have the other issue. Is that left over from before? I swear I was on peaceful. That scared me. Also, I don't know if buttons can, so I have to make sure that where I have my ivy, where I do the ivy bit, is going to have to be somewhere that I can basically put all that stuff. And then at that point, we'll figure out what each one of these layers are going to look like, because that's going to be a design aspect as well. And yeah. Another thing too is I've had suggestions of using a a lens instead of the pressure plates to activate my spawning pads. Um, I like the idea, but I think I'm just probably gonna go with what I have for now. Um, just because of the look and I like how the cleanness of the pads are going to be once we start putting in lenses, and on the other side the detector blocks, and then the redstone going through and doing that on multiple levels and things. Because I'm gonna have a lens on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'd have to have 8 lenses per spawning pad, and at that point I don't know how much better we're getting to having the redstone from pressure plates. And in addition, every time it sets off, it's automatically going to set off all 12 pistons on that level instead of the 6, well, not even 6, the 1 that would happen each time a mob would step on one of uh, the pressure plates. So I think we're definitely going to go with that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go do a little test work and see on my creative world and just kind of work out how I want this to be, because I'd rather do it there than here where I can just break blocks, and it's just easier to do it. So um, yeah, so I'm gonna go over there and see what I can come up with. Be right back. Alright, so for my little experiment here, we can see that having nothing below it, I cannot plant it on a window pane, but as it grows, it will go down, and that would have a detrimental effect on this trap. We don't want anything surviving because we're not going to have access to get inside of here to kill anything that happens to get in here. So everything that comes down has to die, which is why I'm probably actually going to make the drop zone a 26 block drop as opposed to 25, just to be safe. I want to make sure everything that falls dies. So with that being said, I don't need anything above. It's not going to grow up because again, it's not growing on the glass. It's just falling down and there's nothing to stop it. So it'd be like just dropping down over from a tree down to the ground. It would continue to move down except when it has these buttons here. So it's going to have to be 3 high, two rows of vines, and then of course a button to stop it, and then we can do whatever we want at the top. So looking down at what we got over there, now it's time to kind of place that up here and see what material we're going to use. So since we're doing, and I'm probably going to continue along with this design theme that I'm using down at the bottom, so we'll go with the sandstone again, the hieroglyphs, and the fancy one here with the diamond. So I am going to tear all this apart, but kind of put this section in, and then I'm going to build one of those on top of it, using again these kind of blocks to kind of get a feel of how I want to do this, and then we'll go back into the survival world, and then we'll actually build it there. So I will see you in a minute. Alright, so here is basically the gist of it. There's going to be one slight change in that the way I built this isn't really going to work, this first wall, because of how these fit in here. There wasn't really room for that row, but the way I designed it over there, this is where I've got those 3 sandstone blocks going up anyway, so we'll ignore this side of it. But it's going to be similar to this in the fact that we'll have this glass thing coming up, so when you're in the center looking, you'll be able to look all 4 corners and see all the mobs dropping. That's the key design aspect of that. Not sure why I'm getting this lag here. Let me restart real fast. I'll be right back. Alright. Not sure why it's doing that. I'm sitting at about 80 frames before I record, but oh well. It feels like it's better. So, anyway, so as I was saying, so that'll be a little bit different. But here, I like how you can kind of look through the mirror, or the window. But we got our candy cane going here. And we've kind of offset the tiles so you can kind of see, well, pressure plates tiles, but they won't be dropping on top of each other. There'll be a little bit of a gap if they were to kind of at the same height level. Um, we also have our solid row of pistons for our shutoff. Again, just a simple, the switch controls the entire system all the way up to the top, which is cool. And because it's in the corner, it's just gonna have the four rows of vertical wiring that'll be controlling this. Again, I was just trying to figure out how I was going to start this. So that will be how we're going to do it. And this won't be as ugly because it'll, again, be inside the corner here. So we're going to have this look actually, which I think is going to be pretty cool. Just done with the sandstone instead. A little bit of the alternating hieroglyphs and stuff. Except for up here, I'm just going to kind of go straight sandstone for the sides. But yeah, so we'll head back over to our survival world, and we'll take the glass up to the height that we need to for our drop zone. And then at that point, we'll start this part of the build, and then see if we can't get our first layer of spawning pads. I'd like to get all four sections of the glass up, all four sections with the ivy and the buttons and everything, and then one layer of this trap all the way around, because then I'm going to turn it on just to verify they can actually spawn in a one high. So before I actually build multiple layers, we'll do one layer, one with the two high gap, and if they can spawn in there just fine, then we'll continue on. If not, then we'll just have to adjust it and go one higher. But I don't see a reason why they wouldn't be able to. So anyway, I'll see you over there. Alrighty, so I went ahead and took my connected textures off because sometimes it's hard to tell where the glass is and where it isn't, and yeah. So we went ahead and completed all four of these, got them up to the height at which point we're going to start our actual break zone. I actually think I may go one higher. I forgot I was going to go one higher, but anyway. But in the meantime, I keep stopping to fill this up, and it's gone. So we now have a second one of our we have a miscellaneous building, but I'll come up with a name for these things. But yeah, so it's time to move this. So go ahead, take out all of our piping, and I think I'll just put it over here. I am just going to keep going. Like, this is almost my most important item that I'm working on, because kind of like I was saying before, I'm most concerned with ghasts, which is why I am still currently on peaceful, because I don't want to rage quit because of this project, and if I just leave it as is, it's going to happen, because like I said, this thing is entirely made of glass, and until I can enclose myself inside of the glass, I'm going to have the problems of gas shooting at me. So, like I said, we will get our four buildings put up. Utility sheds, that's what I'm looking for. Utility sheds, utility warehouse, something along those lines. But yeah, once I get all of these taken care of, then I can actually build my outside glass container, and at that point, then I'll feel safe. All my pipes. I have no problem breaking some glass. I got plenty and plenty of glass. Yes. Let's see. Got it finished. Do I have any cobble? No, I have cobble. I have lots of cobble. Alright. Just to even everything out. Okay. Alright, so you're there, you're there. Now we're going to head out this way. So I think what I'm just going to do... Oh, see, derp, 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 derp. This is what I just got done doing. So we'll go like this. That should be ample. Again, I don't want to fall down, so I'm being kind of careful how I do this. That should be good. Alright, let's see. Move this around first. I'll finish this off camera. I'll be right back. Alright, so we've successfully got the next one started. And I had a few left over. Nothing left in the thing, but enough to get it started. So our next thing will be to, before I get more work done here, I've got to go supply some more stuff down here, because we're going to run out soon. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and fill her back up. Got my nice little sneaky way up there now. Come in over here, and this will take me all the way up to the top. So, anyway, I'm going to go do that, and I will be right back. Alright, well, we'll try this again. This is, Fraps is not being nice to me right now. I may have to turn off my, I don't know if it's because of that. I don't know. Anyway, so as we were saying, let's get back over to here and leave the design that we had gone or intended to work with. So along these lines. That's going to be a clear block. Continue to go up so we can kind of see from the center as we go up. And we're going to go with the high row over here. And I'm pretty sure this was, well, it's going to be 3 high. Might as well do that right now so I can, because actually I think on my, it's too much. I think on my creative row where I was just doing this, I had this all fancily decorated, but as this is actually in the center, although this part isn't, so let's pretty this part up. But yeah, there's no sense trying to do the different colors or different blocks here. Yeah, we don't get to the wide part yet. That's the key thing. So, there we go. So actually, yes, I did do this. Okay, never mind. I do need to pretty this up. This part is actually visible. You know what? I've already shown you this in the creative world, so I'm gonna do this here where I'm not recording because I don't know, for some reason Fraps is really bugging out right now. So I'll be right back after I get this done. Alright, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but I'm having some issues with both Fraps. Well, not both. The audio issues. I just had my mic flipped up. For some reason, Fraps is having some issues here. So basically, I did a lot of work here, obviously, that didn't quite get recorded very well. And of course, there it goes again. And I'm not sure what the problem is. Something weird's going on. Something's happening that's got Fraps all kinds of goofed up. But anyway, let's see if I can't kind of show where I've been, and then I'll shut my computer down. And we'll try again tomorrow morning, or tomorrow night, sorry, and see how that works out. But anyway, I took out all the cobble that we had surrounding on the tops of my glass floor down there. And then in addition, I brought the the glass up to my drop level. And then we went through and put in our brakes on all four of our um, wings, I guess you'd call them. Yeah, that works good. All four of our wings now have their brakes put in place. The ivy's slowly growing. I just put one thing across the top to figured that'd be good enough. They'll eventually grow down. Um, and then I kind of settled on how we're going to do the rest of the glass and sandstone as we go up from here on out. These will be kind of like how we designed it in the creative world, so we can kind of see everything from the middle. And our corners, which had been the sandstone all the way up until this point, will now be glass, so that we can see more from the outside as well. And as we go higher, we'll see how this actually turns out and looks. I think it'll definitely look pretty cool. As I go to different layers, I keep making more pathways into our ladder. Keep down a little bit further. So there was our first one back when we were at the drop zone. And as I go up higher, we'll just keep making more and more levels to make it easier to get in and out to the different levels. By easier, I should say easy-ish. And I want to be careful, I don't want to fall now. As you can see, that's a very far drop down, 25 blocks to be exact. Even though I have diamond armor, I'll survive, but not the smartest thing to do. I hate this lag that Fraps is doing to me right now. This is ridiculous. But anyway, so like I said, I'm gonna probably stick some more cobble, or not cobble, some more netherrack inside here. Put some more up in my feed pipe up there and let that run overnight until it runs out. And then tomorrow, my goal is to add one layer of spawnable pads on all four wings, and then we'll start letting some things spawn and see exactly how well this works. Make sure they spawn on that 2 high block, and if that's the case, we'll go ahead and call that an episode at that point. And the next episode will basically, I think, probably be able to finish this, because I'll complete all four of these utility warehouses around, do my glass enclosure around here, and we should be approaching completion on this. Alright, so we now have 3 completed utility warehouse sheds, whatever we're going to finally refer to them. And we got the builder once again hooked up, but I am going to need to go down and send some more goodies to fill it. So I'll head up there and we'll get that thing working behind us again. I'm excited because we're almost ready to start setting up the filler to put our glass walls up. So we'll head up here. I'm gonna go ahead and stick a bunch of netherrack in there. I think I'm running close to low. I'm hoping I actually have enough to finish. If not, of course, I always have. Where is it? There it is. I always have over there. I don't want to have to go over there and cannibalize some other areas of my nether fortress, but if I have to, I will. It is all for the greater good of the project. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start sending some more materials down, and then I will be right back and we will start working on our spawning pad. Alright, so we are back and we are cruising along down there, and it is time to start building. Oh, I guess I can put this back. I went to my creative world and took some screenshots of kind of how it looks, so I had something to go by. And actually, let me bring that up on my other screen there so I can look at it. So that's right. So basically, we got this is going to be our first spawning pad, and I'm going to do one one of these pads, kind of the building of it, and then after that, kind of like other stuff, I'll go and do the rest of it off camera. Again, a lot of this I'm just trying to show it, but not, you know, the entirety of it, because it's kind of ridiculous sometimes just to do the same thing we've already done before. So anyway, been watching some videos. Tell ya, Doc's been doing a lot of I'm not say talky, but a lot of conversation lately. I've been noticing that, especially he just did his Dear Doc with BOO, and I realized the entire thing was just kind of like a round table, which is kind of ironic, being Minecraft and a round table. um, but anyway, reason I bring that up is possibility that tomorrow, not tomorrow, tomorrow's Wednesday. In 2 days, we could have the possibility of actually having 1.3. So definitely getting kind of excited about that, and what may actually come in that. We'll have to see how well they've fixed a lot of the SMP bugs, being that I've been playing a lot of SMP lately. Kind of reminded of all those, and since the single player is now going to be double player, it'll be interesting to see how this ends up working out. Oh, okay. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this ends up working out. I'm hoping that they really have fixed it, and that this actually will become a plus. That only having to make one client each time they do an update will allow both clients to actually have fewer bugs and be more stable. So, but we will see how that turns out. And of course, the cool part is with the combining of the SMP and the single player, we also have the possibility, or I should say the possibility, the probability of in the very near future having better than Buildcraft on multiplayer. And I'll be honest with you, I am extremely excited and about that, and I cannot wait for that to happen, because that kind of the Buildcraft guys pretty much have talked about that if it does come out, that they will probably be converting to that on the server, and then kind of starting over with a new server world. And that would probably be enough reason for me to maybe consider starting a new season of FallenDice Plays Better Than Buildcraft, and doing it on the actual server. But the cool part being that I have a new world to start with, where I don't have everything already generated, which is a key issue. Make sure I remember how I'm doing this right. Because this world has limited supplies, being like the oil and things like that, and I can go a ways out to get these items, but as I do more and more in the world, of course it becomes more and more difficult. So I'm kind of looking forward to the possibility of starting over, and it's a little scary too, starting all the way over after all the work I've done. But that's one of the fun things about the game, is creating. And one of the things I've noticed a lot lately, watching some of the other guys that have been doing the Better Than Buildcraft LPs. When I started my world, there weren't a lot of people doing it, so I kind of fumbled my way through and made a lot of discoveries, and had what I thought were a lot of times really unique and great ways of doing things. But of course, as you bring more people into the picture, they're gonna find things that you didn't, and there's a lot of stuff that I've been seeing that is really exciting, and it almost kind of makes me wish I could go back and do add in some of these things that I'm seeing. Unfortunately, I don't really want to go back and recreate a lot of the stuff that I've already done, because I've already done it. These are, the factory, a lot of my farms, I don't want to go back just so I can change a couple things, to make it a little less complicated, with the redstone or something. If I were to do it, I'd want to start, a whole new factory. And, being able to start a whole new world would actually give me that ability, which is, like I said, that's kind of why the possibility of being able to start on a server with a lot of people that I enjoy playing with, in addition to just being able to do community projects and things together, definitely entices me. Now, the only issue I might have with making that my full LP is I don't know if they are going to want to. I'm going to put a row of netherrack down here so I don't get pushed down. I don't know if they're going to want to put in all of the mods that I'm also considering doing. Another thing that I've been excited kind of watching these other LPers is things like the VAT and logistic pipes and some of those other things. They actually have added some pretty cool things to the game. And I was thinking that when I started Season 2 that I would probably be including some of these items in my new LP. So again, that's another thing to consider. If they are going to have the better than or the logistic pipes and the VAT and some of those things, that would definitely probably tip the scale. If not, I may just end up doing like both of them still. I'll do some stuff on the Buildcraft server and other stuff on just my single player, just so that I can add in those things, because there's a lot of cool functionality that I'm definitely being converted against my will. I've pretty much, I guess, I've been converted, so I want to do that. But like I said, we'll see how these things turn out. What ends up happening as far as with how this goes. Let's see. So if I had that there, I think, yeah. Again, I'm kind of glancing over at my other screen to kind of see how I did this. There we go. Yep. So I can kind of get the look. I'm gonna want to have it all look very similar. All right. So that was you. So, and this is interesting. I make the comment of how Doc M has been making a little more talking in his episodes, and then what do? I make a very talkative episode, or at least part of an episode. This part of the episode. So, that I I don't like how that's going to look, because it's either going to have the hieroglyphics here and here, or there and there. Unless, dang it, I don't want it to just be a straight line of this as well either. It's supposed to be a break, but well, I'll probably go down and take a look and see how it looks. Because see, on this side, I can totally do it that way. Darn it. But it's got to stay the same. My OCD would struggle greatly if I had one half on one side and the other half on the other. But all right, so here we go. So here is one spawning pad. Now the next step to test this is going to be, I gotta put this over here so we can, actually I guess I don't need to have it on both. It's probably easier this way. I'll get it back when I break them with my pick. Let's see. Although on the way back on the other side, I probably am going to have to. Oh, I don't want to do that. I want to do. Okay, now I can go back and do it this way. And again, the reason why I'm doing this is I want to test to make sure that the zombie pigmen are able to spawn underneath here. And I'm pretty positive they are. If not, all I would have to do is basically raise this entire thing by one level, which wouldn't be a catastrophe. it would just limit the number of spawning areas that I have. Make sure I don't fall down. So, if I can, come on. Whoa! Oh, that's right. Scared me for a sec. Alrighty, let's see. Let's grab some more glass. Make it so they can't. Alright, that should be the only place they can spawn. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, because I don't want to be shot at by ghasts. So we're going to come up here to watch. Alright, this should make me safe. That's my only key. And then I'm probably going to have... Dang it. I'm going to have to get rid of... Do I have any more ladders in my inventory? I do. Okay, good. Alright, so we'll head up. I got to break the ladder below me so I can stand on a block because I want to... I got to be able to take us off. That's probably... Oh, no, come on. Can I stand on the edge of the ladder? Oh, come on. Really? Let's see if I can get the one below it. Apologize, guys. This is probably almost painful to watch. Okay, here we go. So we're good to go here. So we'll go ahead and we'll put this back to normal. And we are hoping that we will get zombies spawning on the nether rack and then getting pushed to their deaths. I hope we're safe up there as well. The fact that I'm not seeing it yet is kind of making me nervous. And I'm wondering if it is the height thing. Alright, I'm going to sit here and watch this for a little bit, and I'll keep recording. If something happens, we'll pop in to show it. But if I don't see anything for a few, I'm going to go through, raise it up, or raise the lip up one higher, and we'll see if they actually start spawning with a 3 high gap. So, alright, see you guys in a few. Alright, well, checked out the wiki, and it is only 2 blocks height that they need to spawn. Any light level. So I think it's just that there's so few spots in that one pad that I made that chances are it's, gonna spawn elsewhere, I guess maybe. I'm not sure. I did go down and check in the hoppers, and I found at least 1 zombie flesh and 1 gold nugget. So something spawned and then died, got pushed off by our piston. So the trap works. So the next thing I can only think of is that I just need to go bigger scale. So I'm going to go ahead and chance it, and we're just going to take it all the way up. So I'm going to call this an episode here, and I'm going to pretty much build the rest of this off camera, just because I think I've probably spent plenty of time as far as on the actual mob trap itself. So we've made good headway, got all the way up to the drop zone, got the spawning pad, designed, finalized, put 1 in there. We'll go back to it just being 2 high, not the 3 high. And then once I get a full section, all 4 of my spawning pads, and nice little walkway here. Once I get all 4 of my spawning pads done, I'll bring out the architect table. We'll make a blueprint, and then I'll go ahead and build the next one above it. After that, we'll go back, get the architect table, make a blueprint of the 2 levels, and then we'll build that one. Then we'll make one of the 4 levels. So I should only have to do this maybe 4, maybe 5 times, but we'll take it all the way to the ceiling. We'll build this entire thing here, and then we'll see how it works. Even if it doesn't do a lot, I plan on being out here quite a bit, so even a little is it's gonna be profitable. As long as it works, we're fine. If it doesn't work as well as say the Enderman farm, I got the Enderman farm for experience, so I don't need this to experience. But design concept is cool. How it's gonna look is cool. Once we get the passageways and stuff around, there's more stuff to do here. I'm definitely not finished at all on this project, but I am gonna finish up the spawner part so that we can just have that thing working all the time while we do our other projects. So, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and call this an episode, and then I'm going to finish building this off camera, uh, put in the glass around it and stuff, and then on our next episode, we'll start working on the first of our utility sheds here. Not sure what we'll start on. I have between now and then to figure that out, but it'll be something different, something new, um, and it should be cool. So, and then hopefully once we get all the spawning levels done, we'll actually start getting some drops and some cool stuff, and then we'll see how that works out. So, anyway, that will be the plan. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Again, did a little commentary there, talking about some of the future plans I have and things. So, hope you guys kind of enjoyed that. I don't plan on doing that all the time, but it's kind of fun to get some of that out here. So, yeah, but we'll call it. So, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.